Okay, I think we're live now. Let me know how this is looking, everybody. But hi, happy Thursday. Welcome to Friday. It's Friday morning. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Is anyone else mentally unstable today? I don't know. I feel like I'm not all here. Good morning, Tanya. Hi. Yes, so Friday morning writing sprints. Hi, Nina. We are going to try and get some work done. I don't know if y'all are doing the Cody the Writer, the 90-day writing challenge or not novel challenge, that thing. That is what we are sort of working on in essence here. And I am of the realization now that my goal for these 90 days, I'm shrinking it back, which I feel like is within the spirit of the challenge, right? To be reasonable, to not push ourselves, to not burn ourselves out, right? I feel like that's the vibe, right? My goal is to finish the final edits for my debut book that's coming out in April because The Beast came. And the idea here is that I need to do copy edits. I need to do all the little tweaks that I need for book 2 now that I've fully outlined that and gotten the vibes. And if you were in Cody's stream last night, where I was also there and had the realization that I messed up my calendar, we're fixing it. That's the goal right now. That's what I'm working on. Oh, hello, Annie. Oh, you've done no writing today, so now we must change it. Yes, that is what we're doing. We are changing it. We'll get some stuff done. What are y'all's goals right now? Are you all like working on first drafts, or what are we working on? I would love to know. I'm so tempted to copy Cody's whole like, let's get some questions thing. Although I feel like that's a little less fun given that it's just me. But I will add to that for you all, questions for you all. In addition to what you're working on, do you have any fun plans for this weekend? Because it's Friday, and I feel like that's exciting. I am very excited for this weekend. I only have one thing that I have to do this entire weekend. Well, I guess two things. I have to get my flu shot and my COVID shot. And then I need to do a little like call with my patrons on Sunday. But other than that, my weekend is open. I'll be doing laundry. I'll be working. I'll be preparing for my trip to Scotland next week. I'm excited. Let's see. Ooh, Nina is doing the 90-day novel challenge, but has yet to decide on a project that is today's plan. Ooh, that's exciting. Ooh, okay. So do you have options? Like, are you looking at a lot of different possible novels that you want to write? Like, you have a lot of ideas, or are you still in the brainstorming process for the book, right? Weekend plans are writing. Love it. Let's see, I think I'm reading this morning 4,000 Weeks. Ooh, wait, what is that? 4,000 Weeks? 4,000, is that a book? Ooh, yeah, Time Management for Mortals. Okay. Ooh. A philosophical exploration of the modern relationship with time, along with how humans can make the most of their finite existences. Wow, getting existential this morning on a Friday. Scotland, I love. Yes, I'm so excited. I can't even say how excited I am. I'm going to a conlanging conference, which if you're at all familiar with what conlanging is, it's building constructed languages. So like if you have seen Game of Thrones, like the Dothraki have their language, right? High Valyrian is a language, right? There's all those languages. There's languages in Shadow and Bone and Elemental, right? All of these movies and the people that made all of those languages I just mentioned is David Peterson and then his wife, Jessie Peterson, who are organizing the conference that I'm going to in Scotland. And I actually I know them. We chat. Jessie has been helping me with my conlanging. So I'm excited to meet all the people that I've been talking to. It's great. Ooh, we're doing papers and admin. I mean, it's got to get done. You got to get it done and out of the way so that you can write, right? Let's see. Ooh, welcome, Ellen. My goal is to figure out some outlining before I do my word count for the day. We'll be balancing my niece, so we'll see how successful it is. Good luck with that. I am very familiar with the trying to write with small children running about, so very much good luck there. Let's see, Emma is writing 2 short stories, each a different genre, to see which genre I'm better at writing. My current project is pulling teeth, so maybe I'm just not writing in the correct genre. Ooh, okay. If that doesn't solve your problem with the genre, my suggestion would be to play around with different styles of prep, because I know there's a lot of writers who are, like, really far on the, like, plotting or, like, pantsing side of things, and, like, when they start to write, it's really painful if they try to do it without the right preparation or with too much preparation, so, like, that could be something to play with too, assuming you haven't already. You might have already played around with that and figured out your, shtick there. Ooh, scene cards and reverse outlining so I could do some major plot surgery. Yes. I honestly love reverse outlining. I think it is so much fun. Like, first off, it's there already, right? Like, you already wrote the book. So reverse outlining, it's like you don't have to think of stuff. You just have to kind of like get that like analytical side of your brain turned on and like go through and figure out like what's even happening and then like get that bird's eye view of it all. I love that. I like to do that. I have like this like giant whiteboard and I have these little magnets and I like to, I don't know. I like to see things in person physically in front of me, or sticky notes. I will cover walls with sticky notes. I went to Edinburgh for the Lit Festival pre-COVID and it was so much fun. Yes, I love Edinburgh so much. I went there for my honeymoon. We traveled all of Scotland. This trip, I'm going to spend like half the trip in Edinburgh, going around with like various like people from the conlanging and world building community. And then I'm going with my husband and my family out to the Isle of Skye to do some like hiking and sightseeing and stuff. Ooh, conlang royalty. Yes, they are. They are like the people, you know? And they're very fun and they're very nice. They stream here on YouTube, and it's always a fun time. Lang Time Studio is their stream. If you're ever curious, although they just finished their season and they're about to start a new season where they're working on a bat language for a board game they're making. It's very cool. Thank you. My husband heard your responses so that I definitely prep and overthink too much instead of writing. I mean, it depends on how you work, right, Emma? Like, everyone is different. I am the type of person, I have tried a light pantsing approach before. It did not go well. Like, the first couple chapters were fine, right? Because, like, at that point, you're just setting things up, right? But once I had to start getting into it, it's like there were so many questions, and my brain struggles with being creative when I have too many questions, and I always have a lot of questions, so it's a problem for me. So I'm, like, the opposite end where I need to outline a lot. Like, a 40,000 word outline is not enough. So you never know. You never know which way you're on. I hope you have a lot of fun. Thank you. I'm excited. Okay, I think, let's see, unless anyone has anything else to bring up, any like questions or like fun things to share, I think we can get started on a sprint. I lean towards still doing the 25-minute sprints. I did enjoy Cody's 40-minute sprint. Like, I feel like that was really good for like diving into it. But I also feel like because it's just me, I don't know how well I could just yap for 20 minutes in between them. So I feel like breaking it up is good. And then we can talk about what we accomplished and stuff. Unless you all are like, no, 40 minutes, we need it. In that case, we could do 40 minutes or 30 minutes or 32 and a half minutes. I don't know. But otherwise, my default will be 25 minutes. But yes, I think I have all my stuff pulled up and ready to work on the calendar because I need to get some serious work done there. I'm optimistic that I'll be able to fix it. I can't remember. I know some of you, I think, were in the stream last night or watched Cody's stream last night. But my book is set in like a Siberia-inspired world. Not like the coldest parts of Siberia, like think a little bit more like southern Siberia. But the weather is very prevalent, right? And so in book 2, especially, because book 1 is like the warm half of the year, and then book 2 is the cold half of the year. And so for book 2, like I've really had to research what winters are like in Siberia and how like the traveling changes, what they're doing changes, like everything changes so drastically. And so it's super prevalent, right? And so then for book 1, I didn't get into it too much. And I'm like, it's going to feel weird that like, I don't know. So now I need to like work that into book 1. That's one of my goals here. But okay, let's do a 25-minute sprint. Let's get this up. Ooh, there we go. All right. Okay, let's let's get this going and let's start sprinting now. Okay, there we go. All right. Um, welcome, Beeprook. I don't know if you've gotten started yet, but welcome. Ooh, light. There we go. All right. How was that for everyone? What did you get done? What did you accomplish? Um, I'm always game for. I like that Cody asked for lines. So if any of y'all want to share lines that you wrote, that could be fun. I mostly was just working through the timeline, which I'm close. I've been working from like both ends. I'm like, I know I need it to end here and I need it to start in the mud moon, right? And I've been like slowly working towards the middle, trying to make the timeline work out. And I have, I think, a good chance of this. I just need to have a few things take less time and see if I can figure that out. So we're making progress, I think. Let's see. Nina had some lunch. Yum. Ooh, Annie finished an entire chapter. Good job. That's awesome. Ooh, very nice. Let's see, where is... Yes. Okay, that is fantastic. Yeah, I need to like... I don't know. I'm really excited to dive back into the revisions for this in general, but I need to get this prep work done first. But I want to get it done so I can actually be like working in it, because I feel like this is the most fun stage of revisions. Like, yes, there are a decent number of things I need to go in and tweak. Like, there's some terminology I need to make more consistent. There's like some copy edit type stuff that I need to fix. But mostly I get to just read through and be like, ooh, I can make this part sound better, which I feel like is fun. The polish stage. Let's see, Ellen making some progress, but a bumped head from learning how to walk did interrupt. Oh no. Oh no, yeah, that'll do it. Let's see, Tanya basically just wrote out outlining notes, didn't get to the admin yet. I mean, that's okay. There's plenty of time. Oh. Ooh, we got a line. We got a line from Emma. Okay. Years later, she built herself a cozy and whimsical home, kept company by the humming bees, singing birds, and an old oak tree in the back, which spread its branches far and wide as if keeping watch. I love that. That's very fun. Oh, I'm trying to see, do I have any... I obviously didn't write anything, but I'm trying to see if I have anything that I was looking at. Where was I in the thing? Oh. Okay, I could share a line of just what happened to be up, like which chapter I was in for working through things. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of weird out of context because it's like an emotional moment. But okay, this is literally what was at the top of where my Scrivener was at. Wait, I just lost my place. Hold on. Okay, there it is. He didn't touch her like she was precious, like she was something beautiful. He touched her like she was broken and he wanted her anyway, like he would take her in all her pieces and do what he liked with them. That's the line. That's the line that I'm at right now. Obviously, that's not our love interest, although a lot of my betas keep shipping this person. Good morning, Christina. Welcome. Does anyone else have anything else you want to share or anything like that? Or questions or thoughts, hopes, dreams? What do we got going on? I feel like I'm like 5% awake today. I already shipped them from that line. It's not a love triangle, right? Like, I mean, it's not a love triangle. There's like, I don't know how to describe it because it's almost a love triangle, but it's not because of just the way things progress, right? Like, I don't know. The people that have read it so far struggled. Well, I think it's a little bit clear in this latest draft, but like previously they were like, I mean, I don't know. I'm like halfway through this and I don't know which one's the actual love interest because it's all slow burn, right? So they're like, who could it be? Who's the super evil villain? And I'm like, oh, come on, you guys. Uh, B. Brooke, my dream is to make myself coffee, but I'm having a hard time getting myself to go downstairs. I'm so tired today. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. And I feel like it's rough on Fridays too, because you know the weekend's like right there, you know? Tanya, would you mind if readers made it a love triangle? Oh no, I mean whatever readers want to do is fine. You know what I mean? It's at least from the writing it perspective, it's less of a there are two valid romantic options and they have to choose one. It's less that and more the character has some serious damage, right? And one, I guess if we call them both love interests, right? One love interest is the path of not healing and leaning into their like leaning into the lie and misbelief and like sort of giving up a little bit, right? That's sort of that path. And then the other love interest is, while not directly pulled into it, more along the like, you know, I'm actually like, for that to be an option, I actually need to heal and grow and think that I'm worth more than that. You know what I mean? So they're kind of a show of the different paths the character could take as they're being pulled from the, you know, what they need to learn, like the theme, and then like the lie and misbelief. Like that's sort of the vibe. Whoa, it just focused weird. Have to admit, Twilight put me off the love triangle trope in a very permanent way. That's fair. I mean, honestly, I really struggle personally with love triangles where they're both good options. You know what I mean? Because it's like it keeps me from getting really connected to the relationship, you know, especially if you don't know which way it's going to go. Like that kind of angst is like, oh, you know? And so, yeah, like I struggled with the like Jacob Edward thing because I was like, they're both good people. They're both valid options. You know what I mean? Which I struggle with that. Like it's not that kind of a love triangle, at least. Ooh, Christina, I'm debating whether to venture into my love interest's POV today. I have one chapter in the main character's POV, and I was hoping to keep going, but the way the words came out, it might make sense to switch. Ooh, that could be fun. Yeah, I mean, you could try like writing them in both and seeing how it works. Let's see, embodiment of A story and B story. Yes, exactly. Ooh, good morning, Cody. Welcome, welcome. Absolutely. Both good options are both bad options. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Uh, how's the Yes. We're making progress, I think. We are making progress, with this. I think I've gotten the book to starting where, like, the main stuff starts at the beginning of the mud moon, which is the equivalent of April, but in, like, I say by Siberian-esque climate, it's basically, like, everything is just mud, right? If I start it slightly before that, then I can have, like, the main traveling action bit starting at the beginning of the mud moon, and then I think I'm close to being able to make it work where the climax happens in the middle of the thatching moon, which is essentially like mid-September, which in this world is midway through the first month of autumn, but there's only 2 months of autumn here. It's like 2 spring months, 3 summer months, 2 autumn months, and then like 5 winter months is kind of how I have it set up. So we're making progress. I just need to get the like climax prep and planning to be condensed enough and see if I can make that work. That's the goal. That's the goal. Let's see. Yeah, I was Edward because I didn't want to waste all the angst I'd wait. Yes, exactly. Like, and I feel like it's such a trend right now to like, it's not quite, I mean, I guess you could call this a love triangle too, but those books where you have, and this is so popular in romantasy right now, right? Where you have the first love interest who's like nice and fine, but like, you know, you find out later that they don't actually like care enough about the character, right? Like they're more like interested in their own interests or like making that character be someone they don't want to be, right? And so they start like in that relationship, and then there's, you know, this like evil villain character that's like, you know, your dark shadow daddy, and then like after book 1 they're like, wait, Actually, maybe it's the Dark Shadow Daddy because I didn't understand them behind all of their lies and secrets, and they're actually the one, right? And then they abandon, uh, you know, your nice boy that doesn't actually want them to be who they are, and then they get to be themselves with their shadow daddy, misunderstood shadow daddy. I feel like that is such a trope right now, which I feel like is like an extension off the love triangle while trying to like I don't know. I do like those. I do like those. I read oh, I don't even know if I want to tell you what the book is because it gives it away. But the second I started reading it and I'm like, "Ooh, the villain's hot. It's going to be this." Which is actually, oh yes, we do love a dark shadow. But this is what I worry about for my book, where I'm like, I feel like people reading this are going to be like, "Ooh, this darker character is going to actually be the love interest." Because the vibes I get from people, like what my most recent readers have given me is essentially like that character gives them your idol from K-pop Demon Hunter vibes. Um, and I feel like so many people are gonna ship that, and it's fine. It's fine. Maybe you need a little bit of therapy in this case, but like it's a little rough. I'm very curious to see how my final like early arc readers and my arc readers take it because the latest drafts have leaned a little bit more into the like this is bad side. So we'll see. We'll see if people can pick up on the fact that this is not a healthy uh thing. I don't know. Yes. Okay, so we should go into another sprint before I keep oh, you're just subverting expectations. Yes, Christina. Yes, exactly. They'll think it's this character. Well, I mean, I guess technically at the beginning they both are sort of villainous. Or not like they're not like villainous, right? But they both are antagonistical forces and then it sort of like switches a little. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, we could subvert expectations. That's good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Let's do another 25-minute sprint. Throw your goals out in the chat. We're not going to go over them because we need to get moving, but we can talk about it once we get at the end of the sprint. I'm hopefully going to finish fixing the calendar for book 1, which means I still need to actually implement those changes, but I can at least figure out what it needs to be. You know what I mean? All right. So, let's get started. Good luck, everybody. Okay. Okay. How is everyone doing? Here we go. All right, it looks like Christina hasn't gotten around to writing yet, but is adulting hard. Yeah, that's always insurance companies I feel like are the worst. Ugh, anytime I have to talk to them, it's always miserable. Yeah. Okay, so I think I have fixed my timeline and made it fit within a reasonable calendar. So now it starts with the mud moon. I think I've gone through every scene and figured out how to make it work and move things around a little bit to finish on time for book 2. Because the other thing I was thinking about, right? Because originally it was like, okay, maybe I just need to move the beginning of book 1 up, right? And make it be earlier, but then it would be starting in the equivalent of February, which is not what we want, right? That is not what we want. This is supposed to be the warm weather book, right? It's going to come out in April. People are going to be looking for something that's not frigidly cold, right? The cover, which is done, the cover's already done. It's a warm weather cover, right? Like it's got summer vibes, and book 2 is going to have more winter vibes in terms of like the coloring and the clothes and stuff on the cover. And also, I've already put out the first 2 chapters for anyone who subscribes to my newsletter. So they've already read it, and that starts in the mud moon. So, like, I feel like that's really hard to change, and I don't want to change it. It would not work as well. So I think I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I figured that out. Good morning, Stacy. Yay, Queen of Time Manipulation. Yes, exactly. What else did all of y'all finish up or get done in general? And if you have quotes you want to share, I'm always game. I think that's fun. We're definitely stealing that from Cody. But oh yes. Sorry, I saw something and I was like, wait, did I not fix that part? No, I did fix it. It's all fixed. It's all good. Now I just have to go through, and now that I actually know exactly which moon and when in the moon and like the exact date every single scene is happening, I can go through and start pulling all of my information for that time of year. Like, okay, travel's going to be hard because there's going to be tons of mud, and the rivers are going to be hard to cross because, they have all the like meltwater in them, and like just like various notes and stuff about things. I don't know. I need to fix that. So that's kind of what I think I'll be working on next, and then I should be ready to start going through and making those changes. And that's like one of the most important passes I'm going to do during this revision edit, and the other one is I'm going to tweak the weaponry, because I ended up coming up with a more optimal weapon for hunting the beasts, with some of my HEMA friends that study historical European martial arts, and they also do like other stuff. They study various historical things, right? So they help me figure out what would be the most optimal from a not dying perspective, which is always good. So I need to tweak that. But yes. Okay, let's see. Hello, innocent hedgehog. Welcome. Let's see. Christina's talking to a robot. I hate that. Who did I call? Oh, I called a restaurant because I wanted to call and ask if it was okay, like if they'd seat us before we all got there. And it was a robot. And I was like, what? Like it was like an AI robot. And they were like, how could we blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I have this question. And they're like, we'll forward your call. And then it got immediately disconnected. And I was like, what is the world coming to? Yeah. I feel like we're doing good though. I feel like we're doing good. I'm happy with how this is going. I think we're gonna have time for like one more sprint. Yeah. Because I need to be done by 10 my time, which is the top of the hour. Because then I have a patron club call at noon for an hour, and then I have a 2-hour meeting with my sister, who is also my marketing manager, and we are going to work on like the content and marketing strategy for, I guess, like leading up to release. So I need to figure out, because like that's her actual job in the real world. Well, I mean, whatever. That's her job. She is a social media marketing and advertising like manager person. So she's running all my stuff. And I need to figure out how I'm going to do everything for the release and leading up to like the cover reveal, and like, I need to share my plans with her and figure out what she thinks, cuz like Instagram is not my vibe. Like I can do like things every now and then, but I just like forget it exists, right? I'm so bad at it. So she's in charge of that and making sure it actually happens. And then she's going to run all of my ads and stuff, which will be good. Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what comes out of that meeting. I also work in marketing, but for big corporate clients, so I love hearing about more creative marketing. Yeah, it's very cool. I'm kind of very lucky. Like, as an indie author, I feel like I really lucked out because my mom is a very, very successful small business owner, right? So, like, around the time I was 5 or 6, she started an interior design firm. And like she's one of the like top interior design firms on the whole East Coast. I don't know. Like she's a very successful business owner, and she does a lot of the business side of it with her. She owns it with like 2 others. And so she's been able to be like, yes, this is all the like legal stuff you need to deal with and all the stuff you need to deal with for the LLCs. And like she made me a whole like spreadsheet for how I need to manage all my expenses. And she's like, all right, this is your expense reports. Like these are all your I can't even remember what they're called now because I haven't looked at it in a month. But like the I don't know, but like all the fancy terminology for how I need to track everything and set everything up so that it's super easy to audit, super easy to send to like things, right? So I have that. And she's able to advise me on everything from the business perspective. And then my sister, like, she has her own small businesses. She does, like, has a very large Instagram following that she runs. So, like, she has that experience. And then also, she literally runs marketing campaigns and advertising campaigns. So, like, could I have gotten any luckier? You know what I mean? The only thing that would have been better is if I had an additional sibling that was like a super famous book editor. You know what I mean? Like that could be really convenient. But yeah, they're really great, and it's nice having people that like, being able to work with them on it a little bit. It's very nice. It's very convenient for sure. They're not like super familiar with like the book publishing side of it, but I got to do something. Yeah, it's great to have someone in my corner. Yeah, it helps because it's like it's terrifying. I don't know how many, like, if any of you are like fully published yet, or like fully indie published and have gone through all the shenanigans, but it's a lot. There's so many questions. There's no perfect right way to do like anything, and it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just too many options. A sibling in the trad publishing world to give you all the secrets. Ooh, yeah, that would be pretty great. I don't know anyone. Well, I mean, like, I know some writers. I know a few authors that have traditional publishing deals. 3 or 4. I think one person in my writing group has an agent. 2 of my AuthorTube friends have agents. And then there's another author that I've like chatted with who now is now going hybrid. But like I feel like I can't just mooch off them like I could a sibling, you know what I mean? Like a sibling, I could be like, hey, oh my gosh, do you want to have like come visit me for a weekend? And then they come over and then I'm like, all right, sit down. We're talking trad publishing the whole weekend. You're trapped, It's hard to do that with like friends. Wrote this yesterday for my YA. Not sure if I'm going to keep it, but think it's kind of cute. Such a sweet, oh wait, let's pull it up. Such a sweet, oblivious cinnamon roll. Boys had no sense of tension. Love it. Love it. Take your sibling to work day would be amazing. Oh my gosh, yes. I'd be like, "You need to push for that to happen and then bring me." That would be so much fun. It would be so, so much fun. I go back and forth sometimes, like, as things with self-publishing get hard, right? Like, getting the paperback stuff set up through Ingram was, like, kind of terrifying, and they can, like, print your book whenever they want. So, like, if you don't have your files correct, because like, I guess the way they normally have it set up when you do TradPub is that when you set up the pre-order, the book is finalized, I guess, or at least close to it. Because, like, I don't know, they require that. They're like, "We could literally print this tomorrow, so make sure all of your files are final." And I'm like, my book's not done yet." Like, my book's not coming out for almost 6 months. Like, it's mostly done, but I need to do some edits still and the proofreads, you know? And it's just like, ugh. And then they don't push all the stuff everywhere. Like, they're like, "It'll be available everywhere." But, like, they didn't give the cover to Amazon. So, like, my paperback on Amazon doesn't even show the cover, which is dumb. And then on Barnes& and Noble, it doesn't have the description. And in all the indie bookstores here, it doesn't have the description. And I think I have to, like, individually email individual things to get them to show it. So, like, chapters in Canada in order for people in Canada to order it, non-Amazon. I have to email them to get them to list it. So it's just like it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm just like, maybe I should just like query this, you know? Cause like, I don't know. I don't know. It's coming out, like it's happening. But I did have like an agent reach out to me after I had announced that I was like publishing. And they were like, if you change your mind, you know, you should query me. And I was like, oh, the dilemma. The dilemma. But I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go hybrid. It's such a I don't know. Meh. You know? Meh. That's all I got. Yeah, it is stressful. And I think it will feel good when it's done and I'll learn my lessons and figure out what I wanna do and what didn't work and what does work. And then next time it'll be better, you know? Like, it's a learning process. And I feel like every indie author is, like, jaded on so many random things because there's so many things that could just go horribly wrong and completely screw you over. Like, there's so many. And I haven't even, like, gone through it all. I'm just the ones that I know about. There's so many things, and then they're like, "Well, I will never do this because this horrible thing happened." And it's like, as a new author, it's like, "Well, I can't not do any of these things." Like, I don't know. What's gonna be the things that jade me for life, you know? Alright, let's get into our last sprint so that we have a little bit of time to chat at the end. Oh, okay. Yes. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Um, yeah, there are also so many indie authors who have figured things out and have been so successful. You're on your way there too? Aw, thank you, Christina. I hope so. We'll see. It's a lot. I mean, you gotta go through the struggles to get there. Innocent Hedgehog is gonna get some beta reading work done. Perfect. Perfect. Whatever you need to work on is what we're here for, right? All right, let's get this going. 25 more minutes. Good luck, everybody, and let's go. Okay, everybody. I don't know. That's always jarring to me every single time. Ugh. Okay, how did we do? I'm feeling pretty good right now. I've been working through the like I have okay. What I've been doing this whole time is I have this table with the scene, like for every single scene and like what day and month and stuff they're on. And now I'm going through and based off the scene, adding in the relevant, like specific weather notes so that I can factor it in more, right? Like, yes, this is the middle of summer. There's very little nighttime darkness, right? Like the daylight's most of the day. That sort of notes, notes on like what like just extra details on what things might be growing, what they might be eating, what they might be wearing, what the weather's doing, like all that kind of stuff I'm working through here. Let's see. Christina wrote a whopping 32 words, but those are still words. That is moving forward. That is progress. And it said Hedgehog read 2 chapters. Nice. And Annie went through a little bit of the Brandon Sanderson's lecture. Ooh, are you going through the new lecture series or one of the older ones? See, Roger Barker has 2 handwritten pages typed into the computer for my second novel. Ooh, nice. That's good progress. Very good. I like that. Does anyone have anything they want to share? I don't really know if I have anything I want to share. Where am I at in my document? Let's see. I could read the first bit of chapter 2 just because it kind of we get to keep it now. I was really worried we wouldn't get to keep this if I had to change the month, but it's we're in the mud moon at this point, right? So this is the time where all the snow and stuff is melting. So the chapter starts. The morning air was chilled and there was a frozen crust over the muddy path. Ariana's tall leather boots squelched as she walked along the main village road, cracking the ice. There were enough people out and about that the few raised boards were crowded, and Ariana would rather have muddy boots than navigate around the others. We get to keep that. I like the idea of like, I don't know, everything's melting and becoming muddy, but still freezing over again at night. It's fun. I like it. Let's see. Stacy only got 2 paragraphs written, but I have an idea so I can get some more. I do have about 1,400 words already this morning. Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. That's very good progress. And I feel like knowing where to move forward next can be a very, very good place to be, you know? Oh, the old fantasy sci-fi ones? Yes, I do love those. I love all the Brandon Sanderson lectures. Like, I think they're very solidly fantastic. You know what I mean? Okay. So it is almost 10. I am streaming again. Okay, I'm not streaming next Friday because I'll be in Scotland. But I am streaming on Tuesday afternoon. I'm going to do like an afternoon stream. So that'll be fun. I think that's already up on my channel. Very excited to read this seasonally ambiguous series. Well, when you read it, it won't be seasonally ambiguous anymore. It will be very immersively seasonal. It'll be good. Cody says, okay, Scotland. Yes, I'm so excited. I really am. I'm crazy. I went for a walk this morning at 5:15 a.m. because it was like 53 degrees, which is about what it's going to be in Scotland. And I'm like, let me put on like a rough day of what I packed for Scotland and go for a walk in that and see if I'm freezing. And I was, in fact, still cold. So now I know I need more layers. Yes, seasonally specific, if you will. Yeah, you're kidding, Christina. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yes. Are you bringing the whole fam to Scotland? I am not. So my oldest is still in school, so his grandmother is going to come stay and watch them for the time that we're both gone. I'm leaving earlier than my husband. My husband's going to come out and join us. He can't take enough time off to go the whole time. Plus, I'm going to be busy with the conference and like roaming about Edinburgh with those people. So basically I'm going and I'm gonna spend like, what is it, like Thursday through Sunday in Edinburgh. And then I will spend the rest of that week until I leave on Friday with, my husband and stuff, going to Skye. So he'll be able to come for that second part at least. And I think I'll have like a day in Edinburgh, I think. So that'll be good. I still haven't been able to bring the kids to Scotland. I do want to do it at some point. I have enough points that I could at least partially get us to Scotland again, but I don't know when we're going to go. We'll see. We'll see. But yes, it's exciting. Yes, I'm so excited. It is going to be very fun. It's always stressful, like, I don't know, going on big trips like that because there's so much to prepare. Like, I have to prepare everything for my mother-in-law to watch the kids, like all the like forms, like getting her signed up to like be able to pick up the kids, getting all of that figured out, all the information, like do I need to go get a notarized letter giving her permission to like seek medical things for my children, because like what if something happens and I'm not in the country and my husband's not in the, you know what I mean, like there's just a lot. Yeah, so there's a lot of preparing to do. Yes, handing off childcare, it really is such a complicated hassle. And you might think like if you don't have kids, you might be like, oh yeah, like you just like leave and then you get like some child free time. And it's like, no, the amount of like child related stuff you have to do beforehand, like it's a lot. Thank you, thank you. Ooh, hello, Emma. Yeah. We're unfortunately wrapping up, but Tuesday afternoon, my time at least, which I think it's so like 1 p.m. It's either, I want to say it's like 1 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. But yeah, I think that'll be good. Yeah, so I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Friday. I hope you all have a great weekend and get a bunch done and have fun and relax, right? That's all good things. And then I will see people about in various streams, or maybe on Tuesday if you can make that live stream. And otherwise, I'll see you all around. Good luck with your writing and all those other things. Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Yeah, thank you. All right, goodbye, everybody. Have a good weekend.